So good morning. Let's try again. Today the story behind the portrait is about this portrait. It's a double portrait, and I made it last year of a friend, and she has a very special story which I recorded, transcribed and published in this book. And it's a book that is not just a biography, it's really a mini biography in art, or story told, or a legacy. That's what she said. It's my legacy. I carried this story with me my whole life, and now it's published in this beautiful book, and now I can just give it to people if I want to share it. But this portrait in itself was a very special task. I never meant to make a double portrait. I meant to make a portrait of her. That's what she requested. But one morning, as I told before, I always use my intuition, and sometimes I don't know where it comes from, but I woke up. I did all the things I needed to do and wanted to go onto this portrait again, and suddenly it came to me, you need to make a double portrait. And I had like, why do I need to make a double portrait? I mean, why would I make a double portrait of someone who is alone? But I followed my intuition anyway, and I made this double portrait. Gave her the sketches, because that's what I do. I give the people the sketches, so I take them with me in the process. And she was like, oh wow, you gave my brother a face. Well, why is this special? I mean, there was no photo of his face. There was no, because he passed like 14 days after his birth. They were born way too early. And her story is all about that, and how she had to cope through life. But she has never told me. She didn't even know how her brother looked like and what her brother looked like. Her parents didn't. Yeah, they knew, but not as an adult. And I don't know how, but I managed to make a double portrait. And for them, it was really like, you gave my brother a face. You have showed me how he would look when he was the same age as me, because they're twins. And there is this thing, as artists, you use your intuition. But when I talked with her and made some live sketches of her portrait, I felt this energy around her. I constantly felt this energy around her. I didn't know what, I didn't know why, I just felt it. And that's how this story came, that's how this portrait came, and the portrait and the story are really intertwined. Her brother never had to go through the life that she had to go through. She's okay, she's great, she's doing fine, she's fabulous, fantastic, enjoys her life. But she has a story, and we all have a story, by the way. We all have millions of stories in our lives. But this was a very special one, and I really felt very proud of making this and telling this story and making this little art biography of her. And it's so powerful for people when they have that in their hands, when they see their story suddenly on paper, and when it's created also in a way that it is suddenly art. And it was not only benefiting her, because she showed the portrait to her parents, and her parents were in awe and very emotional. I mean, I can imagine that, because when you have never seen your oldest or your child further than 14 days, and you have no clue how he looks, or what has become, or what could have become of him when he was in his 40s. And then they suddenly had something like, wow, you gave him a face, and he will never be taken away from us again. Never. So that's the special story behind this portrait. How I came to make a double portrait, that was just simply using my intuition. Because there was no photo, there was nothing. I had to come up with something, and I just did. That makes it really special to do this, to create this art, to create the portraits, and to create the books. with your legacy. She said to me, this is my legacy, and that's the important of this. That's important of your stories, and that your stories need to go out there. And some people have horrible stories, they also need to go out there. Some stories need to be told. It will benefit you, it will benefit the people around you, because you can put it in a place. You have it not in your head anymore, but it's on paper, and beautifully on paper. It's not just that horrible story, but it's created in art. And it certainly did her, and she is happy with it, and so am I. So the story behind the portrait, the double portrait with a twist, I'm really proud of it. I wish you a nice day and a nice week. And remember, Thursday I'm going to do a live drawing. I continue with the painting I did before, the butterfly on my portrait. And weeks ahead I will draw live or paint live portraits that I'm working on. So see you on Thursday, same time. Bye.